Manish on the beat, shebang, we back. So I'm inspired today to get on 2K by this tweet that I saw. And it says, who would be the best player with these new additions? We got a 6'8 Brunson, a Luka plus a Sarge defense, Wemby plus a skyhook, and Cade with Russell Westbrook speed. So you know what I had to do. I had to put him in the game, put him in a draft class, and see who has the best career. We're going to simulate 10 years, and I'll give you a quick sneak peek of the players real quick. So right here in the draft class, we got Kareem Wembanyama. And I did use just the import player DNA first, and then I upgraded all his attributes here. You can see his post hook, 99, post control, 98, post fade, 90. We even upgraded his speed a little bit because Kareem had a higher speed than Wemby, believe it or not. We also gave him some of Kareem's badges, hook specialist, legend. So we're about to see here. He has all of Wemby's still attributes, so we're going to see how he does. Here we got Luka Thompson, and all we did was combine the two attributes. He already had Luka's stuff first, and then I gave him everything that Asar had. So you can see that this guy is clamping, and he's giving you 50. So we'll see how he fares. This tweet says that the Luka one will be the best one, but we'll see if he's right. Then we got Cade Westbrook. Has his height, has his speed. As we go into here and see the rest of his... Oh, is Cade 6'10"? Hey, listen, Cade is 6'10"? I don't know about that. I don't think that's right. I'm going to bump him down to 6'8". And he's got Russell Westbrook speed. I didn't mess with his badges. He's just got Cade's badges. So we'll see how he progresses. And then we just got Tall Bronson. All he is the import of Jalen's DNA, and I just made him 6'8", 230. So we'll see how where these guys get drafted, and we'll see how their careers go. All right, so we've made it to the draft lottery. I simulated the whole season. Cut that out so you guys didn't have to watch it. But what was funny was that the finals was the Knicks versus the Spurs, and the Knicks got it done again. But here we go, getting into the draft lottery. Let's see, the Jazz have the tied odds with the Bulls and the Wizards. Hopefully my Bulls can land one of these top prospects. Bulls also have another shot to get the Portland pick, and then the Thunder are going to sneak in there a couple times probably. But let's see who gets it. The Grizzlies end up with the number 1 pick. The Bulls end up with the 2nd pick, and the Sixers end up with the 3rd pick. I like this for my Chicago Bulls. Haven't had a top 3 draft pick, I don't think, since Derrick Rose. And all right, let's simulate to the draft. Don't care about this. I am controlling the Lakers right now, but we're going to go through and see everybody's career. Here we go. Kareem Wembanyama goes first. The 7-4 product going to the Grizzlies. Luka Thompson heads to the Bulls, as it's unclear if Trey Jones will re-sign. Cade Westbrook goes number 3 to the Sixers. And Tall Brunson goes number 4 to the Utah Jazz. Jalen did win the Finals MVP again in this simulation, so we'll see if Tall Brunson has anything to say for that. We'll simulate the rest of this draft and get into their careers. See, Kareem is a 99, Luka's a 99, Cade's a 96, Tall Brunson is a 96. I should have changed their ages, but it'll be fine for the purpose of the simulation. They're all close enough. So here we are, getting ready to start our first season to look at their careers. Don't care about Drew Timmy. Let's get into it. So I did change the selections of teams to make sure that I'm controlling our teams with our guys. But let's go ahead and see which ones. I'm sure all of them are starting. But let's go ahead and see what their teams look like. Oh, the Jazz got Tari. Shout out Tari, LSU Tiger. Great dude. And they moved Keontae George to the bench, Larry Market into the bench. The Jazz roster looks solid. I think Tall Bronson is going to be what they need to get him over the edge. And we'll switch over to see what the Sixers are doing with Cade Westbrook. They're going to bring Cade Westbrook off the bench. Wow. Cade Westbrook comes off the bench. They're going to lean on their franchise player, Tyrese Maxey, with a great rookie season from VJ Edgecombe. They're just going to have to rock with it. We're going to see what happens here. As the Sixers progress their season, we'll see if Cade Westbrook makes his way into the starting lineup or if he ends up being a rookie sixth man of the year. Because 96 overall rookie, he's got to be something. The Bulls, Luka Thompson is going to be their one. The roster is pretty much the same. It doesn't look like the Bulls made many moves in free agency other than bringing Trey Jones back, which I like for them. Oh, I guess they signed Quentin Grimes. But for the most part, these Bulls look the same. And unfortunately, it means pushing Rob Dillingham down the depth chart with Luka Thompson leading the way, playing the most minutes as a rookie. That's my favorite for Rookie of the Year. He's on the worst team of these four for sure. But we'll check on our number one pick here, Kareem Wembanyama, who they're going to start next to Zach Edey. That has to be that's the biggest front court to ever exist. There's no way there's a bigger front court than that. They're going to play Kareem Wembanyama 37 minutes, leading the team, and they kept no Ja trade. They got Lou Dort to bring in some more defense behind these two. So if you get by Lou Dort, which you probably won't, you got to see these two at the rim. So good luck to anybody who's playing this Grizzlies squad. This Grizzlies squad is just as good. They'll compete in that Western Conference, and it'll be fun to kind of see these guys go up against their NBA counterparts. I didn't take them out of the league. They'll be in the league to see their combinations go against each other. So let's get into the sim. I'll sim to the trade deadline and see where we're at. All right, we've made it to the trade deadline. Let's see how our guys are doing. I got off of the team selection because I wanted to see if they made any trades. So let's see. Sixers. We got Cade Westbrook. Actually, let me switch back to the teams real quick so we can see if they made any changes to their lineups. All right, let's go ahead and get in there. Cade Westbrook has entered the starting lineup. Tyrese Maxey has now become the best sixth man in the league, probably. Definitely overall wise. They're starting Paul George at the 4 all season. And Embiid looks like he's been in a couple more games than he has been in the past. Where's the games played? 50? Yeah. More than about what he played last year. So Cade Westbrook is averaging 22 points per game, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, almost a steal a game. His turnovers per game is, that's nothing when he's throwing 8 assists per game. 55% from the field, 44% from 3, averaging 32 minutes a game. This is just, he's got to be in the lead for Rookie of the Year, right? Let's check on our other guys. Luka Thompson, he's got to be leading the way. This squad hasn't changed at all. The exact same people are playing as they were when we started. And he's averaging 28 points per game, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, 3 turnovers. His field goal percentage is 52%, almost 44% from 3. Same amount of minutes about as Cade Westbrook is. Getting those minutes in for sure. Let's check on our Memphis Grizzlies, who have probably the best team. We're going to check on their records in a second. Another team whose lineup hasn't changed a whole lot. And they've got these guys on fire. Their core guys are on fire right now with some good contributors off the bench. Let's check on Kareem Wembanyama. Averaging 32 points per game. 14 rebounds with 4 offensive rebounds. 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 3 turnovers, 57% field goal percentage, 41% from 3. He's got to be the best player in the league. He went number 1 for a reason. He's got to be the best player in the league. That's just a cheat code. I don't know why they thought that the Luka and Sarr would be one of the best. Clearly he's probably the second best. But let's get on to our Utah Jazz and check out Tall Brunson and see what he's been up to this season. Again, not much has changed here. I guess Lauri Markkanen is now in the starting lineup instead of coming off the bench. But other than that, they just moved Tari to the bench. He looks like he's a little cold. But let's see how Tall Brunson's doing. 27 points per game, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 54% from 3, 54% field goal percentage, 34% from 3. He's got the most minutes going on for him, as he's a 6'8", 230, 20-year-old. And let's check on their standings first. Well, actually, let's check our rookie report. We're right here. And yeah, as we already knew, these guys are going to lead the way. These other dudes have no shot. Sorry to them. But they have no chance to make it in the league like that. But let's check on their standings. The Grizzlies lead the Western Conference, and Kareem's twin has the 2nd seed. Let's check on Jalen's team is not doing good right now. Tall Brunson's team are in the play-in as of right now. Check on our other teams in the Eastern Conference. The Chicago Bulls with Luka Thompson. All they needed was Luka Thompson. That's it. All they needed was him. Oh, they added Mitchell Robinson. I'm sorry. I said previously that they didn't do anything in free agency. They added big boy Mitchell Robinson, which I love to see. The Sixers aren't doing great. I'm sure there's not much ball to go around, even though Cade Westbrook seems like a playmaking type of guy. You know, you still got Paul Westbrook and Joel Embiid. I said Paul Westbrook. Paul George, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey. A lot of guys are scoring here. So let's see. Actually, it might be a little too early, but we'll see who ends up in the season. Let's see who's all-stars. Let's simulate right here just to make sure our all-star situation is correct. Here we go. All-star participants. Cade Cunningham, Luka Thompson, Giannis, Cat, Franz Wagner, Tyrese Halliburton, Cade Westbrook makes it. Bam Adebayo, Jalen Johnson, and Joel Embiid round out here. In the Western Conference, we have Anthony Edwards, Stephen Curry, the Wembanyamas, which is fun to see. Luka makes it. So almost all the comparisons will see each other. I don't believe Jalen made it in the Eastern Conference, but all the it's not fair because Tall Brunson and Cade, and I put another guard in there, make the Eastern Conference side. But we'll get to see all of our guys as rookies completing the All-Star game. And we'll simulate. Let's check our award races. Cade Cunningham leads the way for most valuable player. Kareem Wembanyama right behind. I mean, Cade is killing it. 37, 6, 9, 1.6 steals. I mean, yeah, he's killing it. Definitely killing it. Kareem and Victor up there. I'm surprised that none of our other guys are kind of making the list, especially with Luka Thompson leading his Bulls. Rookie of the Year looks like it's going to head to Kareem Wembanyama. And our other guys are making the list here. They've got the 5th spot. We only put in 4 guys. They've got the 5th spot. 6th Man of the Year, it could go to Josh Giddey. Wow. I wonder if Tyrese Maxey played too many games to be considered. Started too many games to be considered for 6th man. Defensive Player of the Year looks like it's going to go to Victor Wembanyama, with Kareem Wembanyama leading right behind him. Asar Thompson is in the mix. He actually won Defensive Player of the Year when I was simulating to get to this point. Most Improved Player, Scoot, and then Clutch Player. We'll simulate to the end of the season, get to playoffs, see who makes the playoffs, and see who wins these awards. All right, we made it to the end of the season. Cade Cunningham does clutch that MVP. His points per game went up a point since the last time we saw him. Kareem Wembanyama wins Rookie of the Year. I'm sure the Grizzlies end up clinching the 1st seed. Josh Giddey gets that 6th Man of the Year for the Chicago Bulls. Go Bulls. Wow, Kareem Wembanyama comes from behind to steal from Victor Wembanyama for the Defensive Player of the Year. And yeah, there goes our other ones. Lucas is our Coach of the Year. As you can see, the 66-16 Memphis Grizzlies, a complete turnaround. And Matthew Ash gets the Executive of the Year. Our teams here: Cade Cunningham, Nikola, Kareem, Anthony Edwards, and Giannis. Luka on the 2nd team: Chet, Luka, Carl, Tyrese. On the 3rd team, we got LaMelo, Ja, Cade, Trey, and Devin Booker. Trey Young ends up on the Brooklyn Nets in this universe. Defensive 1st team, we got Kareem, Asar, and Luka makes it. Yes, he does. Two-way mid-paint playmaker. Seems like an interesting archetype there. All defensive 2nd team, Jokic. Jokic make it. Does Jokic make it in real life? Like, come on. There's no shot. Anyways, Mitchell Robinson, the defensive anchor for the Bulls there, what I love to see. Our rookie first team is all of our guys. They all had to make it. Wesley Moncrief has a really good rookie campaign, but it's just soiled when you have generational prospects coming in. Let's see who makes it out here. The Jazz end up clinching the spot. The Jazz missed the playoffs. Tall Brunson cannot get in the playoffs year one. Memphis and Kareem seal it. The Bulls are the second seed out here. And the Sixers also don't make it. So Cade Westbrook doesn't get a chance to prove if he can go up against Cade. But let's simulate and see who wins the chip. All right, the Pistons make it and the Timberwolves make it. Neither one of our guys make it to the finals. The Timberwolves end up winning 4-1 versus the Memphis Grizzlies in the semifinals. And let's see where Chicago made it. Same thing, 4-1 to Atlanta? Who do they have? Oh, Jaden Ivey, not a former Bull going against them and getting it done. Otherwise, their team is pretty much the same. Don't connect Malik Monk, Jurkic. Oh, they did get Kobe White. I mean, that team's not bad, but I don't know if it's better than... Well, that team's not very good. It just got Luka Thompson on it. So none of our guys will capture a championship in year one of the simulation as Cade goes ahead and wins Finals MVP, averaging 41 points a game to get it done for the Detroit Pistons. Their first championship since the Bad Boys. A lot of things being broken here. I love these finals matchups, even though that was 4-0. I wish Ant would have made it more competitive. They need to give him Cat back. They need to give Karl Anthony Towns back. Let's simulate one more time, get through the beginning of the season. Let's see. Actually, let's sim to player progression and see which of our guys got better. Cade Westbrook goes up 1 overall as some of his teammates are dropping. Joel Embiid drops like a fly. Paul George drops like a fly. And I don't know. Oh, they added Isaiah Joe. And that's really probably the only one that they added that's going to play. Let's see. The Bulls here, Luka Thompson doesn't go up at all, but he goes up in his finishing. And they added Nikola Jokic. Oh my God. The Bulls spent money. They added Nikola Jokic. And they kept Josh Giddey. How do they even have this money to spend? Who'd they get off of? Anyways. They keep Mitchell Robinson as well to keep that defense in there. This team and Luka Thompson may get it done this year. They may get it done. They saw that they needed the star power, the firepower. They went and got the best center in the league. Well, I guess arguably now with Wemby making it to the finals. But previously the best center in the league. And let's check on our boys here. Kareem Wembanyama doesn't go up in overall at all. Ja Morant goes up by 2. Jalen Wells gets better. Zach Edey doesn't get any better. But this front court has to be the best in the league and for sure going to compete this season. They added Miles Bridges, Max Christie. Lou Dort gets a little worse, but I'm sure that he'll be all right. Let's check on our boy Tall Brunson. How is he doing? He goes up in finishing. Doesn't go up in overall. Still have Keontae George. Ace Bailey goes up 3. Jaren Jackson's still here. Walker Kessler. This team is pretty much the same. Looks like they added another rookie, Clifford Smith. But yeah, this team is pretty much the same that they had before. And excited for these squads that added some, like the Bulls, to see what they do. And we'll do the same thing and simulate just straight to the trade deadline and see how things go from there. All right, we are at the trade deadline here. We're going to see if our teams that we've been following have made any moves. We're going to see who the league leaders are. Anthony Edwards, Cade Cunningham. Kareem Wembanyama is up there, averaging 32.2. A little bit down on the rebounds, nothing crazy. But up more steals, up more assists. And his turnovers are kind of high for how low his assists are. Shooting 41% from 3 this season. His minutes are seeing a little bit of an uptick. But he's up there, top 3 in scoring. Let's see if any of our other guys are making it. Victor's up there, scoring-wise. I'm surprised. Trey Johnson makes a huge jump here. 28 points per game. Looks like Luka Thompson is struggling with a little bit of an injury. Right finger hairline fracture day to day. Probably somebody who's been playing through it, if I would have had to guess. He's a little bit down points per game wise, but not much considering you added one of the best players in history on your team. You're averaging more rebounds, more assists, well, a little bit less assists, more steals, and he's shooting a little worse from three. His field goal percentage is about the same. So a little worse from three, a little worse from the free throw line, but I would guess that finger injury has a lot to do with that. As we continue down the line, Jalen Brunson's right here. Let's see if his counterpart's anywhere near here. Tall Brunson right here, 23 points per game, down from last season, which is surprising considering they didn't really make that many moves in free agency, but maybe they made some trades. We'll see when we go look at their rosters. 31 minutes. Oh, his minutes are down this year. Minutes are down this year. The Kings take advantage of Jaden Ivey, who they saw have a great performance versus the Bulls to knock them out. Where's our last guy? Cade, here he is. Cade Westbrook averaging 20 points per game and 5 rebounds. He almost has a similar stat line. He's averaging 3 less points per game, which, again, they didn't really make that many moves for him to be averaging less points, but he's not shooting as well from 3 this season. His minutes are a little down, so maybe the team's not doing very good. It looks like his plus-minus is bad. We'll check on the standings here. Detroit Pistons lead the way in the Eastern Conference. The Bulls are in the play-in game, and where are our Sixers at? Sixers are down bad. They're down bad. Cade is coming off the bench. That's how down bad they are. They're 97, their best player. They've got him coming off the bench. And yeah, their roster did not make many moves at all, if any. So we'll see. Let's see if the Bulls made any moves other than that. Wow. Luka is sitting out with that injury. He's day-to-day now, so he should be back any minute, but I'm sure the Bulls are suffering with him out. And they elected not to start Josh Giddey in his absence, which was surprising considering he won 6 Man of the Year a season ago. Let's check on the Western Conference. The San Antonio Spurs lead the way. The Timberwolves are in second, and Kareem and his squad are in third. Looks like Ja's dealing with some injuries again this late in the season. Let's see if we can determine what he's got going on. Injury, bruised right hip. So yeah, I keep him out day to day. Hopefully he's back soon, and we can see the team at their full potential. But they still got their front court rocking here. And let's see how our Jazz are doing with Tall Brunson. Not very good either. Tall Brunson looks like he'll miss the playoffs again. They're still starting him, leaning with him. Their starting lineup hasn't changed much from last year. Their roster hasn't changed much from last year. It looks like they added Kelly Oubre and Kennedy Chandler. I loved Kennedy Chandler coming out of Tennessee. One of the guys I did like a scouting report on for the very first time when I was a student manager. But this squad has good potential. I feel like maybe shifting around Laurie and some of these other guys around, and maybe starting Tall Brunson with Keontae George could help. But we'll see as we progress towards the end of the season. Let's check on our awards here, award races. Obviously, we'll check on the All-Star voting, as it looks like Anthony Edwards leads the way in the Western Conference with Tall Brunson receiving some votes here. And, that was just backward. Kareem and Giannis. Giannis makes his way to the Warriors. Is Steph still there? We got to check that out in a second. We got to check out if Steph's still there in a second. Cade Cunningham leads the way for the backcourt in the Eastern Conference with Luka Thompson right behind him. Jalen Brunson may get a nod this year. And Trey Johnson, the young rook, gets some votes with Cade Westbrook right behind him, as it probably looks like Cade Westbrook won't end up making it. But we'll go ahead and check out this Warriors roster real quick. Yes, it is Giannis and Steph Curry. That's the type of move that we need to see happen in real life. Giannis with Steph Curry. I know they're both towards Steph for sure is towards the end of his career. He's going to have that, or at least I always envisioned him having that, Ray Allen career where he is just like a shooter and ends up winning it with the super team. But this late in his career, they're still depending on him. They're still treating him as the guy, and, But Steph seems like the type of guy who could play for a long time. I mean, he's 39 in this universe right now. I mean, he's a guy I don't see retiring anytime soon, but we'll see. That's cool. So let's go ahead and simulate to the end of this season and see where we're at. All right, we made it to the end of the year. Victor Wembanyama wins MVP this season, averaging 29, 13, and 5 with 1.5 steals and 3 blocks per game. And we've got new Rookie of the Year. Sixth Man of the Year goes to De'Aaron Fox. This Spurs squad seems to have the pieces that they need to compete once more. And Kareem Wembanyama wins Defensive Player of the Year. Most Improved Player goes to Dylan Harper. The Spurs are cleaning up the awards here. Anthony Edwards wins Coach Player of the Year, and Coach of the Year goes to J.B. Bickerstaff. His squad, who won the championship last year, looking to defend themselves going into this season, will be a lot tougher with the Western Conference getting stronger, with Giannis and Steph teaming up, and Kareem and his squad getting better. Hopefully those squads are healthy headed into here. We see All-NBA first team, Victor Wembanyama, Nikola Jokic, Kareem, Giannis, and Anthony Edwards. And we've got our second team here with Cade Cunningham, Luka Doncic, Paolo Banchero, Luka Thompson, Cooper Flagg, Shea, LaMelo, Devin Booker, Tyrese Halliburton, and Alperen Sengun, who's now on the Kings, makes their way on the NBA third team. Our defensive team is Kareem, Victor, Luka, Ausar, and Chet Holmgren. It's so cool to see their alternatives. That's why I kept them in the league. We got Dyson Daniels, second team. Jokic again makes the all-defensive second team. I just don't think that that's his calling card. But for whatever reason in 2K, they like it. But Giannis and both twins make the defensive team, so that's cool as well. As we get into the playoffs here, let's see our San Antonio. Oh, the Warriors are a play-in team. Wow. That Houston squad just seems like it's dismantled. No Tari, no Alperen Sengun. They went ahead and traded him to keep the rookie starting. With no KD, yeah, I don't know how this squad made it very good. They've got Amen and Reed leading the way. So, but the Spurs are the top seed over here. The Grizzlies are the second seed. Let's see over here who we've got. The Bulls are only a 6th seed, but they do end up making the playoffs. And the Sixers do not, as well as the Jazz. Simulate the play-in. The Rockets make it out of the play-in. The Pelicans make it out of the play-in. The Heat, of course, make it out of the play-in. Even without Jimmy Butler all these years later, they're still making their way out of the play-in. Eric Spoelstra and squad. And the Pacers end up making it to get to the 8th seed here. Let's simulate this first round. The Bulls make it out. The Grizzlies make it out. Let's simulate again. We got OKC and the Spurs, as the Spurs beat them 4-1 to end up taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. And our boys are competing in their respective conference finals. Let's see if we can have a situation here where one of them gets their first ring. We've got the Spurs taking on Nikola Jokic and Luka Thompson. We may have to hop into the game. A game. Game 1 goes to the Spurs. Game 2 goes to the Spurs. Game 3 goes to Chicago as they take home court. Game 4 goes to the Spurs as the Spurs take a 3-1 lead. Can they get it done here? Let's go ahead and simcast. Let's see if the Bulls have a chance to even make it close. It looks like the Spurs are starting to run away with it. The fourth quarter, it doesn't look very good for our boy Luka Thompson and Nikola Jokic. But I like to see that they spent the money to do it as Victor Wembanyama wins his first ring. Are we going to have a new champion every single year of this simulation? That'd be fun to see. Victor Wembanyama wins the Finals MVP, of course. And as we start our off season, you can see I still have that setting on. I don't know why I didn't switch it. But we'll go ahead and simulate the player progression. Let's see if any of our guys got any better or any worse. Free agency goes by. Let's see if they made any moves as well. The Sixers have Cade Westbrook getting worse. As a 25-year-old here, he's regressed too. I'm sure he's not very happy about the situation coming off the bench. But did they make any moves? They got added Nick Smith, but they didn't really do much else. Joel Embiid gets worse for the squad. Maybe a rough situation there for Cade Westbrook. The Bulls, Nikola Jokic gets worse, Giddey gets worse, but their squad is also pretty much the same. I mean, you did make it to the finals, but clearly something was missing. I would have liked to see them make a move for Luka, but they elect not to. As we check on the Grizzlies here, and Kareem Wembanyama, his squad looks the same. Nobody got any worse. Actually, Ja at 28 years old is still getting better, which is encouraging to see for his squad. They still got Zach Edey, who's actually regresses a little bit. This squad is just getting better, it looks like, and as they keep some of their pieces all in one. Let's check on our boy Tall Brunson. Nothing really changes with him. His athleticism is down a little bit. His perimeter D goes up a little bit, which you would think that those are conflicting stats. But they have Keontae George sitting at 89, who I think that they need to go ahead and start with Tall Brunson. I may make that change of my own just to see. And we've got Lauri Markkanen getting worse for his squad. Olivier Max Prosper joins the squad. But other than Micah Peavy, shout out Micah Peavy, go Frogs. But yeah, we'll simulate one more time, and this time we'll just simulate straight to the playoffs. All right, Victor Wembanyama goes ahead and wins his second MVP in our simulation. Doesn't look like our guys are taking the league by storm quite yet. We're in our third season. Westbrook wins Sixth Man of the Year. Looks like they decided to bring him off the bench full time. His three-point shooting is up from a season ago when we saw it last. Let's check on his full stats. Yeah, his points are up. Like I said, his three-point shooting is up after having a little bit of a down year at over 40%, which is not a bad year at all. His minutes are down a little bit this year, but it seems to be a little bit more of a controlled situation. His assists are down a little bit, but his teammates are also getting worse. Let's check on Kareem. Wins another Defensive Player of the Year. 2.5 steals, 3 blocks, while shooting 55% from the field and 41% from three. This guy's a cheat code. Like I said, Luka Thompson is not doing better than this. Thomas Sorber wins Most Improved Player, which is fun. Tall Brunson wins Clutch Player of the Year. This is his breakout year. 31 points per game. His team must not be doing good. Otherwise, he could have won that MVP. 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, shooting lights out, and averaging the most minutes of his career thus far. So we'll see how his team's actually doing in the standings as we simulate or get ahead and look at these all NBA first teams. Kareem is on there. The Bulls, Jokic is on there. None of our guys are on the second team. Tall Brunson makes the third team. Luka Thompson makes the third team. Our boy off the bench, Cade, can't make it. All defensive teams, Kareem, Victor, Luka gets another one. And nobody that Kaman Malawach gets on the list here. I like that kid. Kareem, and then these are our rookies. Don't care about that. Let's see here. The Utah Jazz and Tall Brunson are going ahead and playing in the playoff play-in game. And we've got the Spurs going ahead and making the first seed again. Memphis drops from a season ago as they are now the 4th seed in this season. The Golden State Warriors are doing better. No Steph Curry in this lineup or on this team. Steph is no longer with the Warriors. I should check and see where he's at, but that's not what this is about. Chicago Bulls go ahead and clinch the first seed, and the Philadelphia 76ers make it. So this is the first year all 4 of our guys make the playoffs. Let's see if Tall Brunson can make it in and make sure that all 4 of our guys actually do make the playoffs. Simulate the play-in here, and they do. They'll take on the San Antonio Spurs and Victor Wembanyama in the first round. The Bulls are going to go ahead and take on the Washington Wizards, who I have controlled right now. But we're going to simulate to the next round. Let's see what we've got going here. The Wizards get eliminated, which is good for our simulation. The Spurs go ahead and handle business versus Tall Brunson. I mean, I wonder if they ended up starting Keontae George much at all this year. Games played in the playoffs 4, didn't start any. He only started 9 games this season. Tough go for Keontae George in this squad and Tall Brunson as he doesn't have a good outing in their final game. But the Spurs are going to go ahead and take on the Grizzlies and Kareem in the next round. And we've got the Sixers taking on Cade Westbrook versus Luka Thompson. Let's see who comes out of this matchup over here. The Bulls make it out to take on Cade Cunningham and his squad. Kareem's squad just can't get it done. The last game here, Kareem Wembanyama gave it everything he got. 49, 16, 9, 8 for 15 from 3, 16 attempted free throws, 15 made, 2 blocks. He tried to do everything he could. Ja even tried to help him out. There was just nothing that they could do with Victor and his squad. I mean, they cleaned up the awards this past season as Stephon Castle has a good game, one of those guys who didn't end up winning award for the squad, but obviously contributes a ton. And yeah, so we'll see if Victor Wembanyama dominates this simulation as he does in most of them. I thought Kareem Wembanyama would have a chance to do that, but I guess not. Wow, the Warriors make it out of the Western Conference as they defeat the Spurs, and Giannis gets a chance at another championship. The Stephless Warriors. Wow. And Asar Thompson defeats his evil twin. Well, actually, evil triplet. Anyways, to end up making it to the finals. Eastern Conference MVP is cool for him. Like that's a good stat line. Not compared to these other guys we've been seeing, but that's a really good stat line. Over 30% from 3 as one of his question marks in real life is his shooting, but we'll see, I guess, between these two who wins. None of our guys, again, will compete for a championship as Giannis gets another championship here. And we end up going another off season to see how these guys progress. All right, we got our guy Cade Westbrook here, losing a little bit in his inside scoring area. His playmaking is up to an A+. His overall doesn't switch at all. Him and VJ Edgecombe look to dominate the backcourt. Looks like they got off of Tyrese Maxey at some point during the offseason there, as they've gotten Peyton Pritchard now. And they don't really have their big situation like they did before. Obviously, as Joel Embiid gets older, probably retires and things like that. Let's check on Luka's squad. As you guys saw a glimpse there that he's the best player in the league overall-wise. The Bucks pick up Scoot Henderson, who we saw had a good year a couple seasons ago. Nikola Jokic gets a little worse, and Luka Thompson gets a little worse with his inside finishing. But they're still what it needs to get done. They signed Igor Demon. They signed Bronny James. They get Danny Wolf. They add a couple pieces that they didn't have before, Moses Moody. And most of these guys that are coming off the bench are not who they had a couple seasons ago. Taylen Peter, I actually played against him. Well, I didn't play. I was on the bench while he was with Liberty, which was interesting to see him get drafted that year. You know, like I was part of the coaching staff, so I scouted the game and whatnot. Played him in the Virgin Islands. It was an amazing kind of tournament deal that they had down there. We played him for the championship game, actually. And Taylen Peter was I believe he was a D2 guy or D3 guy before he went to Liberty and then ended up getting drafted. So really cool story from him. I don't think his rookie season he played a ton in the NBA, but really cool story for him as he's on a two-way here in our little league. As we check on the Grizzlies here, Kareem, nothing about him has changed. Ja, again, getting a little better in his older age, which is cool. That usually doesn't happen that way. His IQ goes up, his rebounding goes up, his mid-range goes up. That's cool for them. They get a guy named Mac Shaw. I wonder if he was here a season ago. He was. Looks like he was just a rookie, not much playing time. But surges up here, and overall for them will likely be a contributor. Zach Edey getting a little worse in his post defense, getting a little older. His overall hasn't changed a whole ton. They steal Isaiah Collier from our boy Tall Brunson's team. And yeah, for the most part, their team is basically the same. We'll check on the Jazz here, and Tall Brunson is getting a little better overall-wise. His playmaking's up, his rebounding's up, but Tall Brunson is still leading his squad. Ace Bailey gets a little bit better. Keontae George kind of plateaus. Jaren Jackson hasn't jumped overall since we jumped in this. I don't think he's moved up or down since we got into this sim. Same thing with Cody Williams. He might have been up, but he's plateaued a little bit. The Jazz bring on Desmond Bane. Shout out D. Bane in the squad up in Indy. Isaiah Jackson. And then they've got a couple rookies getting better here. So we'll go ahead and see as we progress if some of our guys can get their first NBA championship. We know that they've got the stats. We know that they've got a couple of awards at this point. but can they get the ultimate one? Kareem Wembanyama wins the most valuable player as one of our guys gets one of these awards here towards the end of the year. We got 31 points per game, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks. Another guy that's killing it. Let's see if we got any other guys. Kareem wins another Defensive Player of the Year. He's actually stealing a ton of them from Victor Wembanyama, who usually cleans this award up in these sims. And nobody else gets this. Mike Brown is now with the Pistons as he gets on another championship caliber team. We got Kareem first, Nikola Jokic, Giannis, Cooper Flag, Shea on first team, Luka Doncic, Cade Cunningham, Jeremiah Fears. Shout out to Jeremiah. Tall Brunson here in the second team. Let's see if he's doing any better. He had a phenomenal year. It's hard to do better than that. 28 points per game, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, basically 7. A little bit down year from 3 and shooting overall. His free throws are up. His minutes are a little bit down from a season ago. Let's check on. We've got All-NBA third team, and Cade Westbrook makes it. I'm hoping that he's starting now that Tyrese is gone. It looks like he is starting every single game now. And he's averaging 25 points per game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, shooting it really well from 3. Our guy, Luka Thompson, does not make any of the teams here. But he does end up making one of these defensive teams, I'm hoping. Oh, he does not. Asar Thompson makes it. He does not make any of these defensive teams. Wow. Hopefully he hasn't been injured. I guess I should have turned injuries off, but, that's kind of part of the career, is it not? Let's check on him. Luka Thompson is averaging 26 points per game, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. How is this not All-NBA first-team caliber? It should be All-NBA first-team caliber. But anyways, let's see these playoffs here. We've got Tall Brunson still in the play-in, fighting to get out. We've got the Memphis Grizzlies fighting their way back to the 2 seed. Shea clinches the 1 seed, and the Spurs drop to the 3rd seed from a season ago. Detroit is back at the 1 seed, even with the new head coach. Chicago's down to the 5th seed, with Philadelphia down to the 6th seed. Let's see if all of our guys can make the playoffs once again. Simulate the play-in, and the Jazz don't make it. Let's simulate this first round. Get through here. The Memphis Grizzlies make it on to the second round to go ahead and face the Spurs. The 8 seed but they upset the Thunder here. The Sixers can't get it done. Chicago moves on to the next round, upsetting the Atlanta Hawks. Let's simulate again to get to these conference finals as Luka Thompson and his squad make it to the Eastern Conference Finals yet again. And here we go. Kareem Wembanyama wins MVP, wins Defensive Player of the Year. Is he going to win his first championship? Let's see here. He gets to the conference finals, and we're seeing our first guys compete for a championship. Even though Nikola Jokic gets the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, here we're going to see them go off against each other. Game 1. Simulate through game. Game 1 goes to the Grizzlies and Kareem. Game 2 goes to the Grizzlies and Kareem. Game 3 goes to the Grizzlies and Kareem. Do we go ahead and simcast? I think we go ahead and simcast. Hopefully we can hop in one of these games. I kind of want to see some of our guys in action. Is this game going to be a little close? Are the Bulls going to steal one? Let's jump in and watch what happens. Let's see what happens. When I jump in, even though I'm not controlling. Oh, yeah. Let's just change my controller real quick. We're going to neutralize it. Let's just watch and see what happens with Kareem out there. Luka's out there as well. Who do they have guarding Kareem? Who do they have guarding Kareem? Is that Isaac Okoro? Isaac Okoro's guarding Kareem down there? Seems like a mismatch, but we'll see. Isaiah Collier comes off the ball screen, trying to get an ISO. Kareem for 3. He misses. Igor Demian with the rebound. They're pushing. Luka's open. He's not shooting it. Oh, Lasky. Yes, sir. Okay, Luka. The Bulls are trying to steal one here at home. They let the Grizzlies get one on their home court. They said not again. This is the house Michael built. We're not letting it happen again. So let's see. Isaiah Collier gets the ball. They're swinging it around. Jalen Wells called for a ball screen. They should just give it to Kareem down low. Wow, what a shot there by Cedric Howard. Igor Demon brings the ball up the court. Luka Thompson. Igor Demon has not gotten off this rock yet. Let's see if he scores at least. About to get a 3-second. Luka Thompson with the ball on Ja. Step back, not good. Jalen Wells pushing in transition. Kareem was moving. Kareem is moving down that court. Give it to him down low. Give it the screen. They want a ball screen. Ja, you better make something happen. Kareem for 3. Can't make it happen. Luka with the rebound. Pushing it. Passes it ahead. Turnover. Turnover. You should have kept it a second longer. You had to see what was going on. They push it ahead. Ja Morant has it. Who's guarding him? They get a steal. They get a steal. Let's go. Is that AJ? AJ Johnson? Luka has it. Gets off it to Moody with Kareem guarding him. Oh, that's Moody guarding Kareem, which is even more of a mismatch. Why don't they give it to the big fella? As they miss a shot, Ja's pushing. See the push ahead. Isaiah Collier, kind of a jammed up situation there, and one for Kareem Wembanyama. Igor Demon gets the foul there. And now hopefully they sub Nikola Jokic back in, give him a little bit of height at least. Looks like the Grizzlies are opting to not start both bigs at this point because I think they would have subbed them in right there, as the Bulls do elect to sub in Jokic. They got Luka Thompson with the ball. Let's see what they draw up here. Out of timeout. Just the isolation for the mid-range jumper, and it's good. And it's good. We're getting close to this 2-minute mark. 2 minutes. Dose. We're getting close. Simple single side here. Giving it to him in the post. They want to give it to him now. He had Moses Moody on him a couple possessions ago as he hits the tough turnaround jumper. And the Bulls call another timeout. The Bulls call another timeout, as that was not what they wanted to happen, especially with Nikola Jokic in the game. Second team all defense, I thought. Anyways, the Igor Demon has it. Screen. They give it to Luka down here in the mid post. They draw the double. Kick out. Who is that? I think that was Bronny. Luka makes an attempt on the glass. Can't get it. Ja's pushing. Ja's pushing Cedric Howard. They know the clock is working against them. Let's see if they're finding a way to get it to Kareem. They are. He's going to drive right past Jokic. He kicks it out, even though I thought he had a layup. Cedric Howard is dribbling. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Ja ends up with it. Throws up his prayer. Kareem on the glass and put back. That's just too easy. You got to hit your man. You got to hit your man on that. You know what he's going to do. What else is he going to do but shoot it? You got to box out. Luka has the ball. Ball screen here with Jokic. Gets downhill. Oh, Kareem beats it off the glass. He beats it off the glass. And they push down in transition. Ja has the mismatch here. Kareem has the mismatch. Uh-oh. The Bulls are going to need a timeout. The Bulls are going to need a timeout. They were up 10. Less than a minute to go here. Luka just slowed the pace down. Slow the pace down. Just 1-4 low. Don't shoot that yet. I like it. You're going to make that. I like that. Now you just got to guard. Don't let anybody beat you. You're guarding Ja. You have really good defensive stats. You're Ausar Thompson. They throw up a quick one. Kareem gets the rebound and they put it back. Okay, let's just keep it calm. They're going to have to foul. Luka brings the ball up the court. Hopefully he doesn't push the pace too hard. Get a little growth screen here. Middle ball screen. He hits Jokic. That's tough. That's a good play. Good read. The Grizzlies need a timeout now, even though I don't think it's within their reach. We'll see what they draw up ATO. I am curious to see who they go to. Do they go to Kareem? Do they go to Ja? We will have to find out. They give it to Ja. They give it to Kareem mid-post. He makes it, but that's not the bucket they needed. They're down 3 here. They foul Igor Demon. Igor Demon draws the foul. Foul again, sending Luka to the line. Luka takes a deep breath. Getting ready to knock down a couple free throws to clinch the first win for the Bulls. To put them down 3-1, which we know has happened before. So we'll see if he's got that LeBron in him. Looks like Doc Rivers is coaching the Bulls here now. He misses the first. Uh-oh, Luka. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Gotta knock this down. Knocks it down. Kareem's gotta inbound it. Ja's gotta push it. Let's see, they're just gonna get a quick one. They give it to Shaw, one of their rookies, for a mid-range pull-up. And that's gonna end it for them. The Bulls are gonna go ahead and come out with the victory on this one. Let's see if they can come back and win this. Jokic gets the post-game interview. Look at the box score here. Luka led the way. His 5 turnovers are a little scary. Kareem tried to do his best. 5 blocks, 30 shots. John squad, they just couldn't help him. G.G. Jackson doesn't have an efficient game. But let's see if Luka Thompson and Nikola Jokic can go ahead and steal another game here. We're just going to sim through this one, and the Grizzlies win. I guess the Grizzlies just wanted to win at home. We see one of our guys win their first championship, Kareem Wembanyama. Is this the point where he starts to take over the league? I mean, he shot 46% from 3 in the finals here. 39 points per game, 15 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks. I mean, it's going to be between him and Victor, it looks like. It's the Wembanyama simulation. We'll go ahead and see if any of these guys got any worse. They're getting older. That was year 4. And we're getting close to year 5 here. He's still the best player in the league. Cade Westbrook's getting worse at the age 27. His athleticism is going down, which we know is a big part of what he was supposed to be at the beginning. His IQ is going up. And his team just, I mean, they got this rookie-ish guy getting a little bit better for them at the center position, but they've got Leonard Miller, shout out Leonard, and his brother Emmanuel. But let's see if they made any other moves. They didn't. The Bucks get Nikola Jokic. The Bucks get Nikola. He just went to the finals with the Bulls. Said it wasn't good enough. Did they trade him? No, just a straight signing. Renounced the rights the Bulls did. Wow. Alright, Luka Thompson is now the 99. He's a 99 overall. I don't think he's gotten any worse. And he's got Igor Dimin, Bronny, AJ Johnson. His team is basically the same except for they're missing Nikola Jokic. So they technically got worse. The Grizzlies here, Kareem, his squad. His little rookie here is getting a little bit better, approaching that 90 overall threshold. But his team is pretty much the same as it has been in the past seasons. Let's check on our guy, Tall Brunson. See how they're going. Keontae George gets a little bit worse. Cody Williams sees a little bit of a surge here at 25 years old. Tall Brunson's still 24. His team is still pretty young. Jaren Jackson finally sees a shift in his overall after all these years. One of his rookies is getting a little bit better. But their teams are pretty much the same. D-Bang is getting older. Could still shoot it, but he's getting a little bit older. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get right back into it. Season 5 here. Kareem Wembanyama gets his another MVP. As you can see, his stats there down below. Kareem Wembanyama wins another Defensive Player of the Year. That's got to be a ton for him at this point. Let's see what he's got. His awards got to be stacked. As we're in Season 5 here. Signed a new deal with the... Oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Some of these guys could change teams. I didn't even think about them not signing a new extension with their team, although they'll probably all get Supermaxes. As you can see, he's approaching that GOAT status that I thought he would get. He's back-to-back MVP now, Finals MVP, NBA champion, 5-time All-Star, first team All-NBA 5 times, 5-time Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, he's just racking up the awards here. Let's see if he can get another championship. Nobody else really gets anything here. Tyronn Lue is now the coach of the Grizzlies, so maybe he can get him another championship as well. Kareem, first team, Shea, Victor, Luka. Luka Thompson gets on the first team as he deals with some knee tendonitis here. 4-time All-Star, first team All-NBA, second team, third team. Been all on every team. All NBA. But let's see what his stats are looking like. Up from a season ago, looks like. As we continue down this path here, Giannis is still kicking at age 36. Jeremiah Fears is now with the Nuggets at a ripe 24 years old. It's going to be a really good player. And Nikola Jokic, as he leaves the Bulls and joins a rival there with the Bucks. None of our other guys make this third team. Defensive team belongs to Kareem and Luka and their other counterparts. And let's get into this. Let's see if the Jazz finally make the playoffs on their own. And they don't make it at all. They don't make it at all. The Memphis Grizzlies clinched the first seed. See over here in the Eastern Conference, the Chicago Bulls are in the play-in as the Sixers clinch the third seed. Let's see if the Bulls can make it into the playoffs. They do. They do. They make it to the 8th seed. They probably won't knock off the Pistons, but it's okay. They get swept. The Sixers go ahead and advance. The Grizzlies go ahead and advance. As we see, Wemby and Kareem could potentially match up again. But they don't. Sacramento beats Victor in Game 7. Jaden Ivey's the killer. Zion Williamson is now a king. Jackus Jonas. And they don't have Sengun anymore as they did previously. Baker. I feel like Baker was on... Was he not on a different... No, he wasn't. The Bulls... Oh, the Bulls have been lost. Sorry. The Sixers lose in Game 7 as Ace Noel leads the Hawks to a win. VJ Edgecombe tries to get it done as Cade Westbrook has an okay showing here. Leonard Miller has a really good game here. And the squad cannot compete with the Hawks. So we'll see if Kareem can get another ring. He does not make it out of the Western Conference. The Kings and Lynn Keefe get it done. Are the Pistons going to be two-time champions in this league? They are. And Cade Cunningham is going to get another MVP and championship ring. Mike Brown's second championship ring as the head coach. If you can put his Knicks rings in here. Let's see who retired, actually. I'm a little curious. See if D-Bane retired. Kawhi retired. Zach LaVine, Larry Markkinen. Micah Peavy at 29. Micah Peavy, great dude. Got to work with him while I was at TCU. I love when I get a chance to see some players that I know in the game. It's really cool. And it doesn't look like anybody else I recognize is retiring. Let's get into year 6. All right, here we are, end of year 6. Kareem wins his third MVP, back to back to back. Let's see if he gets another Defensive Player of the Year. He does. Nikola Jokic gets the Sixth Man of the Year. He wins another DPOY. I mean, there's not much that you can do with him. There's not much that you can do. They go 73-9. Tyronn Lue leads the squad 73-9, and interestingly enough, they don't get Executive of the Year. They got Kareem getting his first squad. Jeremiah Fears continues to make the first team. Cade Westbrook makes the second team as he's dealing with the pulled lower back muscle. That's tough. Tough thing to deal with. And none of our guys make this third team. We got our first team with Kareem. Luka does not make this first team. He hasn't made a defensive team in a little bit, it seems like. Maybe he made it last year. I can't remember. Let's go ahead and get into these playoffs. Tall Brunson. We haven't heard a lot from him throughout the simulation. I figured that his archetype wouldn't be necessarily the one to go crazy. I mean, you've got Kareem combined with Victor Wembanyama. I mean, that's just like a cheat code. Like, Victor Wembanyama is already a cheat code, and you give him one of the other greatest bigs in history. It's just like, what can you do with that? Nothing is the answer. As they clinch the first seed, Philly gets the first seed out here. Cade Westbrook's team. The Bulls are fighting in the play-in spot. So let's see if these squads make the play-in into the playoffs. The Jazz do. The Bulls do. We've got all 4 of our guys in the playoffs, and they're each facing each other in this first round. So we'll know pretty quick if they're going to advance. The Grizzlies sweep. The Bulls get gentlemen swept as we continue to roll through these playoffs. The Grizzlies are just making way, chugging along, and the Sixers go to 7 with the Magic there. They're chugging along. Sixers, the Mavs beat Kareem on his chance to get to his second straight finals. Cooper Flagg is the Western Conference MVP. Cade Westbrook with a 37-point performance averages throughout the conference finals. He gets conference finals MVP, 6 assists, 2 steals, shooting really well. Let's see who gets it done. Is Cade Westbrook going to add to his legacy here? The Mavericks steal game 1. Mavericks steal game 2. Sixers get game 3. We're tied up at 2-2. Sixers take the lead 3-2, and the Sixers and Cade Westbrook get their first championship. Cade leads the squad, 35 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal. Even though we saw him regress a little bit overall-wise, his IQ went up, and that's all they needed, I guess, for them to go ahead and win an NBA championship. Let's get into year 7. Wanted to bring you guys back in right before the end of the season here. As I'm in control of the Wizards, they're having a historically bad year. 8-69. And it doesn't look like they're going to get double-digit wins. I'd be surprised. That's got to be a historically bad year. They got the reverse Warriors. Anyways, Kareem Wembanyama wins his 4th MVP. See if he gets another DPOY. He does. That's gonna be the best player to ever play the game. Tyronn Lue and his Grizzlies go 71-11. And they get the first team. Here goes our squad. Luka Thompson has a bounce back year from his injury. Let's see if any of our other guys make it. Doesn't look like they do. Not defensively. Luka Thompson is making it second team there. Asar Thompson as well. See what our playoffs looks like as Utah is again fighting to get in. And the Grizzlies have the first seed. Philly has the first seed in another year. Chicago is also fighting to get in to play in. Let's see if they make it to the playoffs. They don't. The Jazz do. Again, rematch from a season ago. They don't. They get swept. The Sixers make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. The Grizzlies make it to the Western Conference Finals. I don't remember what this matchup was last year. I feel like these are the exact same matchups. Because the Sixers definitely beat the Sixers a season ago. Sorry, I said the Sixers beat the Sixers. The Sixers beat the Magic a season ago. And we got Cooper Flagg beating the Kareem and his squad and Cade Westbrook. We have a finals rematch. Here. We're just going to simulate that. The Sixers get one done. Cade gets his second championship here. Let's see what these retirements look like. I don't think any of our guys are retiring soon. Nikola does. Donovan does. He retires a Piston. Mitchell Robinson does. Desmond Bane was the best shooter that I think I've seen with my own 2 eyes. It's the first guy I've ever seen shoot it cleanly without having to bring his shot back down. Like, most guys dip up into their shot. His no-dip threes was the most ridiculous thing that I've ever seen in person with my own 2 eyes. Has a really good career at Texas Christian University. Finishes at 30% from 3, but I don't think he was playing that much. Yeah, only 7 minutes a game. A season ago, he was 1 minute a game. D-Bane has a really great career here as they retire. Going on to season 7. Kareem Wembanyama wins his 4th consecutive MVP here. Probably another DPOY. Yes, he does. He gets it done again. And he's just going to have the best career ever. 70-12 here as we progress. Again, first team. Luka makes the second team. Cade makes the third team. Defensive teams. Luka does make the second one as Nikola Jokic is now retired and won't take a spot over there. The Memphis Grizzlies go ahead and get the first seed yet again. Doesn't look like the Jazz make the playoffs. The Spurs are still competing down there with Victor. Brooklyn secures the first seed here as they've got a pretty much auto-generated squad. Bilal Coulibaly, really good player. Trae Young still in the league, coming off the bench here. Philly makes it. Are the Bulls in the play-in? They don't even make it. So let's see if Cade can repeat or if Kareem gets another one after a long absence. They make it out. The Sixers make it out. They get to the conference finals. We got a rematch again for the third consecutive year over here between Cooper Flagg and Kareem. And the newfound Brooklyn Nets are competing over here with the veteran-laden Eastern Conference champions of 2 previous seasons in Cade Westbrook's team. The Nets end up making it, and the Mavericks end up making it. So we won't see any of our guys win a ring this season. Check on these retirements. Giannis is out of here as a member of the Kings. Devin Booker was with Kareem in his final season, tried to get a ring there. Jalen Brunson retires as a member of the Thunder, as he's been a couple different places, it looks like, in his career. Jaylen Brown retires as a member of the Knicks. And let's simulate and get into Season 8. Victor Wembanyama comes back and snags an MVP at 31 years old. And Victor Wembanyama wins the DPOY. He's tired of Kareem. He's tired of it. Kareem's coach is actually the member of the Nets now. So as the Nets go 59-23, good enough for their guys in the front office and their head coach to win an award. Victor gets in front here. Kareem does not make a team. I wonder if he has a couple injuries. Not on the second team either. Luka is here. Wow. Okay. Kareem had to have had an injury. He's not making any of these teams. We'll go ahead and check. His squad does not make the playoffs. Wow. The Grizzlies don't make... We got to check on this. We have to check on this. What happened with the Memphis Grizzlies in this simulation here? Wow, they go 36-46. Not good enough to get any awards for sure. Doesn't look like he had a terrible season though. He did only play in 60 games, so also doesn't qualify for the awards there. But wow, they don't make the playoffs. Wow. The Nets go ahead and get the first seed yet again. And the Bulls make the play-in. Didn't look like the Jazz did anything super spectacular. No, they were worse than the Grizzlies. Our guys are not having a good showing here. Cade Westbrook does not make the playoffs as well. So we're really just dependent on this Bulls squad to make it out of the play-in and do something special. And they don't. They don't even do that. So we'll go ahead and simulate through this. Victor Wembanyama wins another championship, gets Finals MVP after a long-awaited time back. I don't think any of our guys are getting ready to retire. Cat retires as a member of the Nets, that Knicks squad. Jason Tatum also retires as a member of the Knicks, as we saw Jaylen Brown do it a season ago. Tyrese Maxey was still in the league, retires as a member of the Mavericks, back in his hometown area, Zion and the Spurs. We'll go ahead and simulate. Kareem Wembanyama is back. After 1 year away from not winning MVP, he's back winning it. Must mean his team doing good. He's back getting the DPOY. As the Warriors have a really good season. Steve Kerr is still coaching. He's got to be like 90 years old. 21 years in the league. Wow. How many times against the NBA Cup? Kareem, first team. None of our other guys, first team. Cade Westbrook, second team. Cade Cunningham, third team. We're entering year 10 for him. I said year 8 earlier when it was really year 10, which I was a year behind, I guess, the whole time. Anyways, 10 years in, he's got to be the best player. Got to be. There's got to be no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But wow, his team's a play-in team, and he got all those awards. That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem fair. The Warriors have to have an all made-up roster. Ace Bailey's there, Grady Dick's there, Rasheer something there, so they don't have an all made-up roster quite yet. And our boy Tall Brunson, he must be struggling because I haven't seen much from him. Cade Westbrook's getting ready to compete. The Bulls are in the play-in. They're back to their regular ways. Simulate the play-in. The Bulls make it. The Grizzlies do not, as they get beat first. So we're really just paying attention to the Eastern Conference here. The Bulls complete the upset. Get rid of the Magic, the first seed. As the 8 seed advances, the Sixers don't get it done in Game 7. We're going to simulate here, see what happens with these guys. The Bulls make it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. Luka Thompson said, watch this. That tweet is right about me. Forget everything that you've seen about Kareem. This is my time. Let's see if he can make it into the finals. An 8 seed to the finals would be crazy. They make it happen. Luka Thompson is the Eastern Conference MVP. He's averaging 26 points a game, 7 assists, 2 steals, and not a career year for him. He had his career year right in here. But, I mean, like, what more can you ask of him? Led his squad. I don't even know who's on his squad. We'll see here in a second. Cooper Flag gets another chance to try and get a ring as the Bulls compete for their first ring since the 90s. And the Bulls do it. The Bulls go from the 8 seed to the championship. And Luka Thompson, you have to talk about him now as one of the greats. You have to say, you can't say that the tweet was completely crazy now, because he does get a championship and he leads his team all the way from the play-in to win the championship. All the way from the play-in to the championship. We saw Jimmy Butler do it. Obviously, they didn't win, and here he gets it done, but he doesn't win Finals MVP. Henry Coleman wins the Finals MVP. Wow, that seems crazy. I almost want to override it, but I'm not gonna do it. Let's check out the roster of these Bulls. Igor Demets is there. Luka Thompson doesn't do well in their closeout game, but is this LaMelo Ball? It is LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball is a champion. Let's go, baby. That's all. I mean, what more can you ask out of a simulation besides him being the champion? Was that the same dude that... okay, Kenny 2K just did a Bulls sim. It's not the same cat, but they've got the same last name. Where he had a guy named Berg on the Bulls that ended up being his best player. So that's kind of cool to see happen again. That's just amazing to see happen. I'm going to simulate one more season. Let's see what happens. I mean, these guys are retiring, the guys that we know in the league. Shea retires as a member of the Rockets, his only season with the Rockets. Devin Vassell retires with the Mavericks. We're going to see just how far these guys can go. We're going to simulate one more season and see what happens here. Kareem gets another MVP. I mean, there's not much left to say about the awards he's won. Victor Wembanyama wins DPOY. And Steve Kerr gets another Coach of the Year. The Wembanyamas get it done here in the first team. None of our other guys are in any of these teams. Oh, Luka's here. Luka's here as a third team member. All defense. Asor still getting it done. Got to be in his 30s. 34 years old, 86 overall. Pretty good player still. We'll go ahead and see. But see, Kareem's not making the playoffs like he used to. 10 seed, I mean, like, you're playing in the play-in. Like I said, our guy Tall Bronson has to be pretty rough. The Bulls get the 4 seed. Our guy Cade Westbrook is in the play-in here, at least assumably. I haven't checked to see if any of these guys have changed rosters. Let's check on our guy Tall Brunson and see if he made it. If he changed teams at all. No, he didn't. Enter in his 30s here. Tall Brunson is last. He's last. He hasn't done anything in the playoffs. Hasn't won any awards. I mean, he's probably been an all-star a handful of times. He's just, let's see, $70 million next season. Yeah, he's been a 6-time all-star. He's got the most lackluster career, I would say, out of the bunch there. But let's just simulate these playoffs. Simulate these rounds. Chicago makes it to the next round. The Grizzlies don't even make it in. Thompson gets defeated, so we won't have any one of them win the championship again. We've got randoms winning the championships, so I think I'm going to call it here. I mean, it's been a great run. There's just nothing that you can do about it. Luka Doncic retires. Tari retires. Shout out Tari. 36-year-old Tari is crazy. But, yeah, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Y'all go ahead and hype this video up, like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll keep doing more challenges like this that I see on social media. Appreciate you guys for tuning in.